COVID-19 curve should be flat by May. Finance Ministry to expedite Phase 2 of BPN payments. Welcome to Updates at Noon. I'm Brendan Lepau. The Health Ministry is expecting the daily COVID-19 infections in the country to be reduced to between 500 to 1,000 within 4 weeks. Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said in the first 2 weeks of the MCO, the ministry will be monitoring the data in effort to reduce the number of infections.
Pada hemat saya, mungkin dalam tempoh 2 minggu kita mungkin tak boleh mengurangkan, tetapi kita boleh mengelakkan kes semakin bertambah. Dan kalau kita melaksanakan 4 minggu, insya-Allah kita boleh mengurangkan kes iaitu kepada 1,000 ataupun apa yang penting kalau kita dapat kurang pada 500 dan kita ada kemampuan untuk merawat ataupun melaksanakan pengasingan untuk pesakit-pesakit yang kurang pada 500 kes, jadi hospital kita boleh nampung kes-kes tersebut.
According to the Health DG, it is still too early for the ministry to make a prediction on the number of new infections before April. However, he said the country is currently on the right track in its efforts to curb the spread of the deadly virus. Meanwhile, Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham also reported that the Health Ministry detected 11 new COVID-19 clusters, including at a dialysis centre in Melaka and wedding ceremony in Negeri Sembilan. He said the remaining 9 clusters detected comprise 2 each in Selangor and Kuala Lumpur, 3 in Johor and 1 each in Kelantan and Kedah. The Health DG said the new clusters pushed the number of COVID-19 clusters in the country to 616, with 270 active clusters remaining after the Tapak Bina Condong cluster in Kuala Lumpur and Suri Tasik cluster in Perak were declared inactive. The authorities in Johor will not compromise with those caught flouting the MCO Standard Operating Procedures SOPs. Johor Police Chief Dato' Ayub Han Maidin Pichai said violators will be slapped with compounds as stipulated under the SOPs.
Saya dipaham dalam kes tersebut ada 2 yang tak pakai penutup muka lah, face mask. Kita terpaksa bawa dia balik ke balai untuk diisu dengan compound tu. So, jadi lepas ni janganlah buat komplain dan sebagainya, kata kita tegas. Itu memang kita akan tegas.
Dato' Ayub Han was commenting on the allegation made on police actions that freely issuing compounds against 2 individuals who claim to be doing recreational activities in Iskandar Putri recently. On another note, the Johor Top Cop said a total of 371 officers and personnel are currently being stationed at 46 roadblocks throughout the state. He said the state contingent will mount another 6 roadblocks in the nearest time, adding that strict enforcement will commence by the 4th day of the MCO to enable the community to understand and comply with the Standard Operating Procedure SOP as enforced by the government. 8 tabligh members have returned to Malaysia from New Delhi, India yesterday after the Patna High Court in Bihar decided to quash charges against them for abusing their social visit passes. Deputy Foreign Minister Dato' Kamaruddin Jaafar in a statement said all of them arrived at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport at 3:58 p.m. According to Dato' Kamaruddin, with the return of the group, only 1 Malaysian tabligh member is still waiting for a court decision in Kishanganj, India. He said the Foreign Ministry, through its representatives in New Delhi, will continue to monitor the developments of the case closely and cooperate with the local authorities to coordinate efforts to bring home the tabligh member after his release. Dato' Kamaruddin, who is also the Foreign Ministry's COVID-19 Task Force chairman, said all the tabligh members would undergo the 10-day quarantine at the quarantine station set by the government. Meanwhile, the Foreign Ministry had successfully brought home 188 of 189 Malaysian tabligh members from India. The Deputy Minister said last year 180 Malaysian tabligh members were brought home through a series of humanitarian assistance and disaster relief missions. He added that the ministry expressed appreciation and gratitude to all government agencies involved, especially the National Disaster Management Agency and Health Ministry, for their continuous cooperation and commitment in making the missions a success. Communications and Multimedia Minister Dato' Saifuddin Abdullah has warned that stern actions await those responsible with the issues related to the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission's MCMC official Twitter account. He stressed that his ministry will not compromise with parties found involved in the issue, adding that the matter will be investigated. The minister gave his assurance that the investigation will be carried out transparently and the Communications and Multimedia Ministry, KKMM, would take stern action against those responsible regardless of whether they are still serving the MCMC or not. Dato' Saifuddin said he has also instructed the Ministry Secretary General, Dato' Sri Muhammad Mentek, to investigate the matter from all angles. Earlier this week, some indecent old tweets which originated from 2014 that linked to MCMC's official Twitter account resurfaced, causing ruckus among Twitter users. The MCMC's official Twitter was temporarily suspended yesterday after alleging that it was hacked by irresponsible parties. No approval yet for Harimau Menangis trademark application. Stay with us. Payment of the second phase of Bantuan Prihatin Nasional BPN 2.0 will start on the 21st of January. Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Abdul Aziz said the BPN 2.0 will be given to 11.06 million recipients, comprising 10.6 million previously registered recipients and 460,000 new ones, amounting to 2.38 billion ringgit. Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul, the statement said payment for the second phase has been expedited due to the recent MCO, CMCO and RMCO ruling being imposed by the government to curb the spread of COVID-19. The public can check whether they qualify for the payment beginning 15 January on BPN's official portal. The Finance Minister added that payments for the B40 and M40 groups will be automatically deposited into their respective accounts from 21st to 25th January. Overall, recipients included 5.82 single individuals and 5.24 households, with a total payout of 7.18 billion ringgit. Plans and programs to assist entrepreneurs in these trying times will not be derailed amid the imposition of the Movement Control Order (MCO) and nationwide state of emergency. In a statement, Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar said this includes the implementation of the second phase of the Entrepreneur and Cooperative Recovery Plan with an approved budget of 17.1 million ringgit. The minister said training and entrepreneurial development programs will be carried out virtually by agencies under MEDEC, such as the National Entrepreneurship Institute, SME Bank, as well as Cooperative Institute of Malaysia or Institute Koperasi Malaysia, IKM. Meanwhile, financing programs by agencies such as SME Bank, Bank Rakyat and Tekun would continue as usual. He added that the ministry will also ensure that the financing application process under SME Bank, Bank Rakyat, Tekun and the Cooperative Commission of Malaysia will not only follow the normal procedures prior to the MCO, but will also try to further simplify processes involved. Intellectual Property Corporation of Malaysia, MyIPO, has clarified that the trademark application for the Harimau Menangis phrase by Syarikat Norhan Enterprise is still under review. Its Director General, Dato' Muhammad Roslan Mahayuddin, in a statement said with that the name has yet to become the company's exclusive rights. Dato' Muhammad Roslan said the application by owner of the company, Nur Kartini Nur Muhammad, to register the name was received by MyIPO in November last year, and its approval is subject to inspection and consideration of the agency. He said Nur Kartini should not precede the decision of MyIPO by claiming that the Harimau Menangis brand has been registered as a trademark and is a company's exclusive rights. He added that MyIPO will process her application as usual, and any decision made is based on the existing existing legal provisions. Netizens have recently been fussing over the issue of Harimau Menangis trademark application submitted by Nur Kartini, which has sparked uproar on social media when netizens described the decision as outrageous, as many have been using the name for their beef-based products.
The Education Ministry, through its Perbadanan Kota Buku (PKB), has developed a digital textbook application known as KPM e-Textbook Reader to enable school children to get their textbooks in a digital form. Now, in a statement, the MOE said the application would give school children access to digital textbooks when they resume their school sessions during this movement control order period.
According to the MOE, the application would enable school children to access the textbooks using their mobile phones or tablets at any time, anywhere. It added that internet access is not required to use the application. It said by using the e-textbook reader, the students can read their textbooks in standard EPUB files, which have rich media content and mobile ability. The statement also said that the application can be downloaded free of charge via www.textbook.moe.gov.my.
But first, the Malaysian Rugby Union (KRM) is seeking financial sponsorship to help the national men's 15s team participate in Asia Rugby Championship. Its president, Datuk Syahrul Zaman Yahya, said the KRM needed at least 2 million ringgit to be able to take part in the championship, which may be played in a home and away matches in May or June this year, with the national team scheduled to play against Hong Kong and Korea.
According to Datuk Syahrul, KRM is already late because the training camp, which should have started this month, has been postponed to February due to the MCO. He said last year, two of KRM's major sponsors made a U-turn because of the pandemic situation, and at the moment the team has zero budget. Datuk Syahrul said the national rugby squad is currently in the 49th position in the world ranking and 6th in Asia, far behind Hong Kong and Korea, and test matches were the best platform required to narrow the gap. He also said corporations that are willing to make contributions are entitled to tax exemptions.
The Malaysia Football League (MFL) is prepared for any eventuality regarding the organisation of the 2021 Malaysian League (M-League) if the Movement Control Order (MCO) is enforced beyond 26 January. Now, MFL Chief Executive Officer Dato' Abdul Ghani Hassan said the organisers of M-League are better prepared now, as they had learned from the disruption caused by an early MCO last year.
However, he hoped that the MCO would not be extended because the M-League calendar, including several competitions, had been issued to ensure the smooth running of the 2021 season.
MFL menganggapan bahawa kita mempunyai pengalaman seperti tahun 2020 lepas. Ya, kita ada langkah-langkah tertentu sekiranya keadaan ini berpanjangan dan sebagainya. Tetapi kita yakin percaya bahawa kalau diikutkan sehingga 26 hari bulan Januari ini dan sekiranya PKP ditarik balik, maka pasukan mempunyai waktu yang cukup untuk menjalani latihan pre-season mereka untuk menghadapi Liga yang akan berlangsung pada semasa pada 26 Februari.
Dato' Abdul Ghani said for now, MFL would stick to 26 February as the kick-off date for the M-League. He also urged all teams to cooperate by observing the standard operating procedure throughout the season to ensure the league could run without any problems if allowed by the government.
That concludes today's edition of Updates at Noon. In our top story, 2 weeks of MCO may not be enough to reduce COVID-19 cases. Tune in to News at 10, coming up at 10 p.m. on saluran Berita RTM on My Freeview's channel 123. Now, you can also stream the news by surfing RTM's MyClick. In these trying times of the pandemic, remember to adhere to all the SOPs set by the MKN and stay safe. Thank you for watching. I'm Brendan Lepal. Stay tuned to TV2.